Well, I am here with my good friend Donna Wright from SunGro, who is the maker of Black Gold products. And Donna, we are going to be making Hypertufa. But before we get into the mix of it, tell us a little bit, what is it and why should we even want to make one?
Well, Hypertufa is a lightweight concrete planter.
It really is. I mean, it's very light.
Yeah, it's fun to make, easy to do. So all we need is 3 things and some water: peat, perlite, and Portland cement.
And so, and it's an easy mix to make. So let's
mix.
walk over here to our mixer, which is really a wheelbarrow.
Our mixer, yep.
Now, how much of this do we have in here?
Now we have peat, perlite, and Portland cement. So it's 1, 2, 1. So what we've done is filled up one of these with peat, 2 of them with perlite, and then we do 1 Portland cement.
Okay.
So that's your formula, the ones we're going to do today.
I'm going to go ahead and crack
You're
this
going to
open.
crack that open. So what we've done is already mixed the dry ingredients.
And this, you can get this at any hardware store.
Yeah,
Ace,
make sure
Home
it's Portland
Depot.
cement. Feel the consistency.
Yeah,
It's
there's
like,
no gravel.
It's like a
just very
cornstarch
fine,
almost.
yeah.
Yep.
So one of
So
these,
the
did
brand.
you say? Okay, and then just spread it in here. And then we're going to do one more.
Yep.
We'll get this a little bit more. There we go.
So you can make a little batch or a big batch. Just remember 1, 2, 1.
1, 2, 1. And then you can really, it's easy to adjust if you get it a little
Yes,
off too.
it is.
Okay.
So now some of these, like this one, William, we'd put colorant in it. It's concrete colorant. It's in the powdered form, and you buy it at the hardware store. It's concrete colorant. They use in like mortars. So this one here is particularly red, and there's tan, brown, black, and and that's when you'd put it in if you were going to do a color.
Right at this step. If you want the gray, though, that's fine too.
Now. So what we want to do is we want to mix this in really well, and make sure that we can't see any more of the cement.
Move this out of the way. So you're just tossing it around like sugar and flour.
Yep.
How does that look?
Yep. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a kind of a well in the middle, like if when you're baking you do a well, and then we're going to start adding water into that.
And then how much water do you add? Is it just
we're going to add it. We're going to add and then stir, add and stir. It's a cottage cheesy consistency. Okay. If you'll hold it into a ball, then it will stick together, and then it's ready to go.
So now, Donna, this looks pretty cottage cheesy to me.
It looks good.
And may I say, this is why you want to wear gloves, because it really is messy.
Definitely. So sticking together really well like that. Yep. And now we're ready to go ahead and put it in our form.
Okay. Now, what is that? What do we do to get ready?
Okay. Well, we can use any kind of a container, empty box, as like old pots or whatever. And what we need to do is line it. And what I usually use is like an old tablecloth, a garbage bag, anything like that, any kind of plastic. That's going to keep it from sticking to the sides. And in 5 to 7 days, you'll be able to pop this right out and continue drying it. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start filling these up.
And do you just pretty much go by, like, how do you know when it's full?
Yep. Well, and you want to make sure that your sides and your bottom are about a 1/4 inch thick.
This one now.
You go ahead. Just form it with your fingers along, and that's another reason you have these gloves. You can make fancy decorations at the top, or you can leave it plain. Lots of times I can just fold the plastic over the top to finish the edge if you want.
Well, and the fun thing too is you can make them as tall or as short as you want.
That's right.
And while you're molding them, you can make them as rough or as smooth.
That's right.
And what about putting like things on the side, like stones or leaves or stuff? Moss, can you put that in?
Yep. You put green moss on the inside of that plastic and push this right against it.
Cool.
Makes a beautiful finish.
Now, I would assume once all this is done, you want to put the hole in before you start letting it dry.
So now look at mine. It's all ready.
Yours looks much smoother than mine does.
I've had some practice. So what I do is I'm just going to go ahead and pop my finger right there in the, like that. And after 5 days, 7 days, I'm going to pop it out of here. It's going to come right out. I'm going to continue drying it, and then another 2 weeks it'd be ready to plant up.
And then you come up with something just like this.
Right. If the hole fills in, all you can do is take a little drill and drill right through. That one's got a hole in it, ready to plant.
Wonderful. Well, you know, it's an easy recipe, and it's a lot of fun. It's great for kids. It's a good family thing to get out there, and it's really a fun project to create something for your own patio, for your own yard, and then have the fun planning it up.
And you can do so many different kinds of shapes.
Yeah. It's really up to your imagination.
Up to your imagination.
Well, for more information on the recipe and information on how to make these, you can go to gardentime.tv. Donna, always a pleasure and a lot of fun. Thanks so much.
Thank you.